everyone, welcome back. If you are new here, welcome. I hope you have your beverage of choice. Come on, grab a seat and enjoy the vibes. Because today, you see the thumbnail, you see the title of this video. You know today I'm going to be doing a reading on Sufi Tarot, Joshua Jackson, I believe his last name is, and Lupita Nyong'o. These three have been all over the news lately because Sufi Tarot and Joshua Jackson are filing for divorce. I believe the divorce was initialized by Sophie Turner, or Jodie Turner, is that her name? Jodie Turner, I think it is, was initialized by her and not Joshua, but Joshua is out here gallivanting with Lupita Nyong'o, and people believe that Lupita and Joshua started up this romantic connection even before the separation started. Because if you haven't heard, Jodie has alluded to Joshua kind of being I don't want to say a womanizer, but having a wandering eye. And so these two are, she's finally come to terms that he is just not for her and that he's going to do what he wants. So they're getting a divorce. So I wanted to kind of just get into this and do a reading. I probably do this in 3 parts. I want to see kind of like what's going on between Lupita and Joshua and Jodie, and then Jodie and Lupita. So here's another long video. I will put the timestamps down in the description box below. I oftentimes forget to put them in the comment section, but you can check there too as well. I'm trying to get better with remembering that, but honestly, charge it to my heart, not to my head. With all of that being said, I do have to issue a few disclaimers before we get into this, because I am a diviner and I do intuitive readings. There are some things I am liable to get wrong, and I'm okay with that. I hope you're okay with that, because you're exercising your power of discernment. So you're going to also know certain things that's going to resonate and certain things that isn't, or certain things that I am going to interpret that are not quite what they should be. And that's okay. And what I mean by readings, I mean a tarot reading. I don't just use the cards. Sometimes I use colors. I use numerology, I use astrology, I use geomancy, all of these things, not just the cartomancy aspect of this, in order to get interpretations and to divine on exactly what I'm getting. Whatever messages that the universe or source, the holy creators above decide to deem me worthy to relate to you all is what I'm going to relay, whatever I'm picking up on. But again, this is an intuitive reading, so things are liable to get wrong. Moving forward, I'm going to reiterate this. It'll be in the description box. You see it along the bottom of the screen here. All statements made are alleged for entertainment purposes only. Do not take anything I'm saying in this video as fact. It is all fiction. It's false. It is just my interpretation. It is my opinion. It is my, hearsay is based off of what I'm getting, what I'm reading. So if you're ready to continue forward, let's get through that. So first and foremost, I think we're going to just go ahead and break it. Oop, I hit the mic. So first and foremost, I think I'm going to start with the couple. Of course, we're going to look at Joshua and Jodie, because technically they are still married. They're just filing for divorce or going through separation, whatever the case may be. I don't know all the legal terms. That's not what I'm here for. So I'm going to get into Joshua and Jodie and see what we get. How are you all doing? I hope you're doing well. Have you been having vivid dreams lately? Pisces season is good for all of that. Okay, so this is Jodie Turner's feelings here. Okay, they're both tired. Okay, and then we have these two in the middle. So right off the bat, I see we have the Son of Cups here. I don't know when exactly Sophie, I keep calling her Sophie, Jodie and Joshua's child when they were born or whatnot. I don't know if it's a boy or a girl. I don't recall all of that information, but I immediately see the Son of Cups here coming up in reverse. And then we also have Mershida here, which is translating into the Empress. So kind of like that intuitive energy. Also kind of, I think of like motherly energy as well. But going back to Jodie here, we have the Five of Staves. And as you can see, it's coming up in reverse. So to me, this typically the Five of Staves is kind of like, are you working together or are you fighting? So the Five of Staves can kind of come up with that. Is it a friendly competition? Is it cooperative? Or is it hostile? But in this sense, it's kind of like with the Five of Staves, it's kind of like I'm giving up. I'm done. I'm tired. I'm ready to kind of like walk away. Is it really worth the fight? Is it really worth working with you to get through this? Because I don't see a benefit to it, kind of like in a sense. Like, don't get me wrong, there's probably obviously some benefits that's there, but she's like, they don't serve me. They're not the benefits that I want. So that's what I'm getting here with the Five of Staves. Joshua has Wali or Wa'ali, which is the Chariot card here, which is evident by the black and white horse. But again, it's coming up in reverse. So this to me, when this is coming up in reverse like that, when the Chariot comes up in reverse, it usually can read like, okay, there wasn't a vehicle involved, because sometimes people read the Chariot card as the literal vehicle. But in this case, because it's more like emotional and stuff like that, to me, it's just kind of like halt, cease, no longer wanting to go in. I think these two just got tired of like fighting. Oops, sorry. I think these two just got tired of fighting with each other and putting in the work. They no longer want to fight for each other or try to work or put on a smiley face or, you know, go along just to get along kind of thing. They're both over that at this point. And so that's what I'm getting here with that, which is understandable why they're filing for the divorce, or at least she initiated the divorce. Again, as I said here with the Son of Cups, this could also translate to that they probably were emotionally rushing into this, or that they felt like they were getting married for their child, because that's what is coming through for me. They may have gotten married for the benefit of their child. I think this is something definitely dealing with their kid, but the Son of Cups is coming up. Secondly, we have the Empress here, that's coming up with the intuition, and it's coming up in the upright. So to me, it just feels like, yes, you two are calling this off maybe at the right time before things got worse, or like this is like great that this is starting to be initiated, because it probably should have never happened in the first place kind of thing. But let's see what additional information I can get. Let's see here. Let's see here. Why is Jodie coming up as a Five of Staves in reverse? I have two cards here. So again, the Smith, overthinking, taking action. And then she also has the Acolyte, new projects, learning. I think she has learned from the past that, you know, a zebra cannot change his stripes. Essentially, that's, you know, and again, that work, there's the anvil and the, what do they call it? The hammer and the anvil here just makes me feel like I'm tired of being the one initiating things or trying to make this work, or, you know, force a square into a round hole. It's not meant to be. It's not happening. So, yeah. This wants to come out for him, the Adventurer, responsibility, expectations. Ooh. But notice it comes up with the volcano on the picture. I got loud towards the mic because I had to pick up a card. So the Adventurer, I'm going to show you the other card that came out for him as well. But notice this is showing a volcano. Let me clear that up for you. This is showing a volcano on the Adventurer, but it reads responsibility and expectations. So there's obviously be some expectations I think Jodie has wanted him to live up to, or that he felt he has had to live up to as in becoming a father or a married man, that he felt was just too much. He just blew his top kind of thing. Then the other card that we have here is the air, unseen potential and hesitation. Okay, so unseen potential and hesitation. Has he been regretting becoming a father or a husband? Maybe both. Maybe there's some fear here in that. And then the card that's coming here in the middle, the unknown, a journey. Okay, and what is this? This is the catalyst, radical changes and taking control. Wow. It is definitely some radical changes happening. Divorce can be very radical, can be very transformative. It can be very traumatic. It doesn't always need to be, but oftentimes I feel like when people initially, get into divorce and stuff like that, a lot of the things that were kept bottled up kind of comes out. A lot of the love that you have for somebody starts to quickly turn into hate or bitterness, oftentimes. But maybe I've just seen too many Hollywood movies. But yeah, I don't think divorce has to be bad, but in her case, I feel like it can be a saving grace, but at the same time, there's like some purging that has to get off. I think both of them have kind of been holding back in a sense. I think him, again, because responsibilities and expectations and hesitation is coming up a lot on his side with the Chariot and with the air here. So I wonder, is there some fear, some concern in stepping into being a father and a husband? On her side of things, it just seems like there's been a lot of work, a lot of pouring in, a lot of trying to create something out of nothing, and it's kind of like just blown up in her face. So now the energy in between them is kind of like, how did we get here? Why did we get here? I need to reclaim control and power in this situation, because I'm discovering quickly that I'm not getting, either one of them are not getting what I wanted out of this relationship. Any additional messages, Spirit, that you have for me about Jodie and Joshua's relationship? Okay, so what is this? So we have the 9 of, right? Yeah, the 9 of diamonds, but it comes up with rest, but it shows a bed. So to me, that could definitely speak to like sexual compatibility here. We also have official things. I think that's just getting into the divorce. This is 9s again. This is all leading up to some kind of ending. Or separation. Oh, worries. Another 9. All of this is coming up as 9s. And then look here, we have Queen, the Thinker, Spades, Sword. I don't know if Jodie Turner is an air sign or an earth sign, but she seems to kind of come through earthy air to me. But we have all these 9s here. We have the 9 of diamonds, which essentially translates into the coins. We have the 9 of spades here, which is the swords. And then we have the 9 of clubs here, which translate into the clubs or wands. So you have fire, earth, and air that's going on here. This is a lot of like explosive energy. You have both your finances, your passion, and your thoughts being controlled in this sense. And things are starting to become clear. So, I think if anything, I'm picking up on Jodie more than him. And it just feels like there's a lot of concern being had, and like you being absent, you not being present, you not wanting to care, you still being immature, because we have the Jack of Diamonds here. So yeah, it just seems like, for better or for worse, somebody said, I'm not doing it for the worse, not with you. it's already been bad and now it's going to get from bad to worse. No, thank you. I'm not signing up for that. I'm going to cut ties now before it just snowballs and get even worse. So that's what we have for those two. Let's see what I'm going to get for Joshua and Lupita. Okay. Can I see Joshua? We have the 6 of coins here, but it's coming up in reverse. I had a couple things slip over her. The 8 of coins and the 8 of swords was part of this. Okay. Okay, so she's coming up with 2 cards here. So we have the Hierophant here, and then we also have the Son of Staffs. Ooh, there's a bit of rushing on Lupita's end. Okay, and what is the energies between these two? Okay, what is these two? Something else flipped over in here. On the Tower, we have the Strength card, and then we also have the King of Swords and the 3 of Coins. But the underlying card is the 9 of Swords here. Very interesting. Okay, so typically the Sense of Coins to me brings about reciprocity. It brings about respect. It gives, you know, if you scratch my back, I scratch yours, a little give and take, but it's coming up in reverse. So, to me, maybe it's reading that it's a very selfish thing for him right now. Or maybe he feels that she's very selfish. I'm not sure. You know what? Honestly, no. Okay, so I think both of them are being selfish. And I think that's probably why they're okay with this dalliance. I think Lupita, she is dealing with a heartbreak of his own, in some sort. I don't know if it's in regards to just because she recently came out of a breakup too, if you all haven't seen that. A lot of people are alleging that they both were cheating on their significant others with each other, meaning Lupita and Joshua were cheating on their significant others with each other. But I think there is some sadness, some heartbreak or something that she is getting over, some kind of like spiritual presence that's going on here. But she's rushing and trying to forget about that. Because again, the Staffs card, especially with it being the Prince of Staffs or the Knight of Wands here, it's like giving, it could be basically like immature sexual habits, or somebody who is very, as we like to say, they're thinking with the small head instead of the big head. And not saying that, you know, she's a man or whatever, but that's like the only reference I kind of have. You know, she's thinking with the parts in her pants, essentially, instead of trying to put her heart into it. So I think both of them are kind of being selfish and trying to find healing or some kind of like reclamation in each other through this relationship, and not really taking it as serious. Like, I wouldn't be surprised in a few months, few weeks, these two aren't even together. I think right now they're just kind of like enjoying each other's company. I don't think is going to last long term looking at these cards. But again, that's liable to change. They may find that, hey, you know, we actually do like each other. We do love each other. With the energies in between, I wonder if this is dealing with their partners, because we have the Malika of Cups here, which is basically the Queen of Cups, but it's coming up in reverse. Again, I don't know if Joni Turner is a water or a earth sign, but that seems to come up here. Emotional depletion. I don't know what Lupita Nyong'o's ex is, but with the Shah of Coins coming up here in the middle, I wonder if it's just like our past relationships, our past partners is the thing that's coming up in between us. And on the case of Joshua, it makes complete sense why Jodie would come up in between them, because he's still... at least legally on paper, he's still married to her. I don't even think they did the separation. I don't think the divorce is final. So this makes complete sense to me why that would be something that's coming up in between them. So let's see if I can get a closer read, a better read on why he's coming up as the Six of Coins here, because that's pretty interesting. That was way too many cards, Spirit. I just need up to 2 cards on why Joshua is coming up as a Six of Coins. And look at that, 2 cards on the dot. So we have the musician, inspiration, gratitude. So there is something he's kind of getting out of this. But what he isn't getting, opportunities and growth, because this came up in reverse. Okay, so he has the Pilgrim here with the opportunities and growth, but what's coming up in the upright is the musician, inspiration, gratitude. So, opportunities and growth is something he's not getting out of this. So is it just like falling on old habits? He's doing the same thing. Like he's finding himself in the same situation he was before he was married. Okay, Lupita also have 2 cards here. We have the Herald, small regrets and longing. Oh, this also came up in reverse. The Warrior, perfectionism, burnout. Why is Lupita feeling, it seems like she's feeling jaded in love, essentially. Like she's starting to believe love isn't real, or at least it's not for her. Like she's never going to find that or have that. And so she's like, making it a self-fulfilling prophecy by like not looking for love, and she's finding love in all the wrong places kind of thing. Is there one more card here, Spirit? Oh, it turned. Okay, so again, we have that air again. I'm thinking this is really dealing with Joshua, because this is the second time it's come up. The air, unseen potential, hesitation. We also have storyteller, viewpoints, and control. And then we also have sentinel, determination, and certainty. So there is an underlying thing of worry here. What is viewpoints and control? That makes me think of like publicity, PR, the story we tell the public versus the story we tell ourselves, and then the actual truth that's going on here is what I'm getting with the storyteller. The sensible determination and certainty. What are they guarding against? I can't help but see that we have Amore here, and I don't know. Amore, I think of love or like infatuation here. So I wonder if they're guarding themselves against love. She has a shield here too. Okay, look, we have the 5 of Hearts, loss. 3 of Hearts. Oh, so this is some emotional healing that's going on here. And then a communication is the other one. What's the underlying energy? Endings. Let's see if I can clear this up for you so you can see. Endings. So again, like I stated before, they both have gone through messy breakups. Currently going through messy breakups, divorce, whatever you want to call it. And so the endings here, the loss is pretty clear. The memories, the 3 of Cups, memories. So typically the 3 of Hearts can speak to, you know, three's a crowd, cheating. It can speak to heartbreak kind of in a sense, but this is relating to memory. So it's kind of giving me like 6 of Cups more so than 3 of Cups in this particular deck. Something I would rather forget than forgive. The 8 of Spades here with the communication, which also kind of can sometimes translate into like the 8 of Swords energy. So there is, again, something that dealing with like hesitation, something I would rather not do, something that I won't voice out loud, coming up. Again, I don't see them lasting long term, Lupita and Joshua, but I do think they're both, I think he's going back to old habits. I think she's trying to protect herself from falling into old habits of like falling in love quickly. She's guarding herself because like I said before, I feel like she's like jaded to love right now. I think there's some serious heartbreak that she's dealing with, or like a revelation, and maybe it's a negative revelation in a sense, because with this Hierophant coming up here. The Hierophant also can sometimes deal with kind of like your community, the public, how they look at you at large, your belief systems, your cultural beliefs, your cultural kind of like nuances and things like that. So it could also deal with that as well. Yeah, I'm not getting anything else. So let's see what's coming up between these two ladies. I want to see what's coming up between these gals. Okay, let's see. And I am going to do, because I did Jodie first last night, right? So we're going to do Lupita. So I got to shuffle this a little bit. It's a lot of stagnancy going on. This wants to pop out. What is this? What is this? Ace of Coins. For Lupita? Okay, this is starting to read more like it to me. Okay, so she had both the 7 of Swords and the Citadel, which is the star card here, in reverse. Okay, she has the 7 of Staves here. It's coming up in reverse. underlying energy is the Two of Staffs. So moving forward. Yeah, moving forward. Okay, so I think it should be very clear with the Three of Swords here. I think whether Lupita was the cause behind the breakup or not, or whether she was just like the last straw, there is some heartbreak. There is some I blame you for what happened between us. There is some, I think both of these ladies are also dealing with their own heartbreak. Jodie with, you know, coming to terms that her marriage is ended, and Lupita with the heartbreak of her love, and her, again, I'm gonna just reiterate this because this is what I got earlier. It just feels like Lupita is suffering from feeling like love does not exist for her. Like love is a struggle. Love is not what she's gonna get in the future. So the Three of Swords for the energy between them should be abundantly clear. Working my way back, we have Jodie here with the Seven of Staffs. Usually the Seven of Staffs, for me, it reads like the gossip monger card, the, you know, the rumors and revelations card, but it's coming up in reverse. So I feel like she believes, whether it's truthful or not, that Lupita is a part of the reason why her marriage is crashing down. I think she's also probably letting a lot of the negative, the naysayers, the people at the end of the telephone call, you know, you ever play that game telephone, you relay a message, and by the time it comes back around to you, it's totally different than what you started to say. Because, you know, people give their own interpretations. It feels like a game of telephone kind of thing. And the stuff is starting to get to her. Like she believes the negative statements that are being out there. She may be believing the untruths that's going on around her relationship and her marriage. So Seven of Staffs here. But I think she's probably trying to show that it's not getting to her. Then going back to Lupita, the Seven of Swords here coming up in reverse, to me, it does speak to sneaky behavior. She could have been sliding in when she knew very well Joshua was not done with his relationship. Usually the Seven of Swords speak to sneakiness. It can speak to stuff like betrayal, backstabbing, you know, thief in the night kind of energy. Seven of Swords is not very good. We have the sitar here with the star, which comes up in reverse. This could deal with, I honestly think this is dealing with her mental revelation that she's going through with love, or maybe her outlook on herself, on the world, etc. But it also, in another way, could probably also be stemming from kind of like, does she feel like this is dimming her star a little bit because this dirt has kind of been thrown on her with the allegations and rumors that she has, that she's a home wrecker, essentially, with the star card here coming up in reverse. Has it already started affecting her money with the Ace of Coins here? Opportunities, things like that. With the Ace of Coins coming up in reverse, it could also just speak to just kind of like there has been some struggle maybe she is facing with her career already, and maybe she's noticing, or she's feeling like this probably isn't going to help. So she's already expecting to kind of go through an uphill battle already, not just because of her color, but on top of this rumor and allegation that she is also a home wrecker. Another thing I'm getting is that again, it just feels like with this Ace of Coins coming up in reverse, there's some dissatisfaction with her reality, with her mundane life. There's some dissatisfaction coming up here. Oh my God, all these cards flew out. Okay, it was another one that rolled over here. Let's see if I can get it. Okay, this is all what popped out. So We have the assassin, ruthless conviction. We have the twin, self-protection and dual nature. We have again the herald, small regrets and longing. She got that earlier, but it was coming up in reverse. She has the sentinel, determination and certainty, that also came up in between her and Joshua, but this time is coming up in reverse. And then we also have the runaway, secrets, running from problems. But let's see, that's what popped out. Let's see what's really supposed to stick. Okay, what is you that's steady trying to come out? The alchemist. Balance, invention, destruction. Lupita, what are you going through? Let me know if I should do a separate reading on Lupita, because what's going on with her? Okay, so we have the pathless, difficult decisions, lack of direction. And then we also have the scholar, investigation, research. To me, that just feels like that's coming up to her spiritual guidance or whatever, this life lesson that she's going through. Okay, let's see here. And I have one card sticking out to the side for Jodie. I'm going to read that one as well. Sentinel comes out again. Determination and certainty. It's coming up in reverse again. And oh, this is actually 3 cards. Perseverance, faith. We have the poet, relationships, and vulnerability. And here we go again. The alchemist, balance, invention, destruction. She's trying to recreate something here, but there's a lack of certainty about it. Maybe because of the vulnerability with her relationship, but she's trying to break through and make it happen. I have a slight question, and you all feel about it the way you want. Allegedly. Is Jodie Turner, have any of you who are like avid fans or followers of Jodie, does she kind of come off like an opportunist to you? Do you think she got into this relationship with Joshua hoping that it was going to help kick her up the ranks, per se, in Hollywood? Questions that need answers. I'm asking for me. I'm not asking for a friend. Because I don't follow her like that, so I don't know. Was she thinking something was going to pop with him? Don't tell me Joshua is like some secret gatekeeper in Hollywood, right? So we have the founder, foundations, and communities, but it didn't hit the table. So let's see. What else wanted to flip over? The assassin, ruthlessness, conviction. What is the other card? Yeah, that founder wants to come out for sure because it keeps flipping over in my hand. Okay, that hit the table. Fear of failure, missed opportunities, the forgotten. Yeah, this is starting to read like a network thing. The community could also be, in the case of Jodie, the community could be that her husband, her child, her family, they were her community. They were her foundation. They were, you know, like the pillars that she was building a lot of her life on. She was, you know, coming off as like maybe she was trying to present herself as like a very family oriented person or something like that. Maybe it was a milestone that she felt she needed to acquire. You know, that still is a thing in some people's lives, or being married, or, you know, having kids. And not saying this is negative or anything. It's just that is sometimes something that people feel like they need or want in their life in order to feel like they are meeting certain life milestones, essentially. And so I wonder, is that why the founder is coming up? I think both of them are struggling with the fact that, I was supposed to be at this certain point in my love life, my career, my spiritual level, my emotional leveling up, and I'm not quite there yet. I'm kind of missing out on something. And then we also have here the forgotten, which is talking about missed opportunities and fear of failure. Sometimes that is something that come up for people who have been in marriages where they feel they failed because they've gone through a divorce. That's something that happens in a lot of cultures. You failed because you went through a divorce. And it's not trying to speak down on either one. I don't think that speaks to you being a failure because you couldn't make your marriage work. Sometimes marriages just don't work. But that could be my American idealism talking, but I just feel like sometimes marriages just don't work. They're not meant to work out between these two particular people. And I don't think that speaks volumes about either person, So yes, with the fear of failure here and the missed opportunities, I'm wondering again if this is going back to them feeling like they've missed out on some kind of milestone. Again, there's a heartbreak here. There is a dissatisfaction. There's some emotions of loss. There's some emotions of frustration, some emotions of maybe even like anger that's coming up. What's another word that's kind of like the feeling that I'm getting of, just like loss, deep immeasurable loss. Yes, I'm gonna go with that. And again, we have for the underlying energies, we have the Smith, overthinking and taking action. But this time it's coming up in reverse. So I wonder if there's a lot of overthinking and no action happening. Okay, Spirit, let's shuffle this off. We're going to get into the last leg of this. Any additional messages or interpretations in regards to the energies between Sufi and Lupita? Okay. Those wanted to come out. Anything else, Spirit? Okay. We have travel. This kind of one to flip over too. The King of Diamonds, the Protector. Okay, what we have here? We have... Didn't the King of Coins come up earlier? Who is Joshua Earth sign, or is Lupita's ex Earth sign? There's some Earth sign man I feel that's coming up. He can come up a couple times here. Okay, but back to these two. So we had the Strength card coming up here with the Seven of Clubs. This is kind of like fighting for something, advancing some kind of victory that you're trying to achieve here. There's something you are trying to protect. And in this case, I think the protecting that is happening is protecting oneself from hurt. I really think that's what's going on here. Something with stability is constantly coming up. I do not know if this is dealing with both of these ladies, or if it's just with Jodie, or if it's just with Lupita. Somebody is concerned about their future, business or business opportunities or making money. There's some mundane, some physical world stuff here where someone is struggling with stability. I'm inclined to believe it's dealing with Lupita because we have the Ace of Coins coming up in reverse for her, but there's definitely some concern here and feeling like they have missed out on something. And again, whether that's some kind of life milestone or if there's some kind of work life milestone that they feel like they should be achieving. We also have here with the travel coming up in reverse. This is the Six of Clubs energy. So again, this is something like missed opportunities, something that has gotten away from you, something that you feel like you can't achieve, something you can't catch, something that has moved away from you essentially because you're not maybe in the space. It kind of feels like, what do they call it? Like rejection is protection. That's kind of like what I'm getting with that. So this is pretty interesting. There's definitely some kind of concern for the mundane, the physical world, and like making money and acquiring something that you feel where they feel they should be. And I'm going to say, I feel like it's on Lupita because, again, we have the Ace of Coins coming up in reverse for her. Interesting. Let me know what you all think down in the comment section below. I'm not getting anything else off of this here. Yeah, there's, of course, a lot of this just kind of seems like, yeah, duh, this would be happening right now with a lot of the upheavals and changes that's going on in these two women's lives. But there is the reading. Let me know what you think down in the comment section below, or if there's some insight that you can provide me in regards to any of these three, Joshua, Jodie, or Lupita, and just kind of like some insight into what's going on around them if you follow them or whatnot, because I try to go into this as blind as possible. If you like this video, make sure to leave it a thumbs up. If you didn't, leave it a thumbs down. If you would like to see more readings from me and then see the next time I upload, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you can see the next time I upload. And with that, I wish you all a blessed day or night wherever you are, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.